What up? What's going on? What is the deal? All right. Let me share this up real quick. All right. Let me get over here. Pin this up real quick. I looked at a few things last night. Definitely didn't fully resonate with me. So I have to go back over those couple things. Didn't, it, family time, man, So, it is what it is, that situation. Okay, well, what I will do here is, okay, did I take a glance at the weather earlier? I think I did. Not the, well, it's okay. Let's see. Colorado cold with winds, Chicago rather, cold with winds blowing in at 10 plus miles an hour. Great pitching weather. I'm also somewhat partial to under bets. Pitching props, no home run bets for the entire game, etc. All assuming the odds are decent, of course. Um, since Cincinnati and Kansas City Royals, no idea. I mean, I know what the weather will be. I just have no idea what they plan to do about it. Um, fairly, fairly steady, light-ish rain all afternoon and most of the evening. They need to make a choice here. They can basically just play it soaked or postpone it. I don't think any other option is viable. We'll monitor top positions and such pregame and pregame for hints. Storms, Minnesota Tampa Bay Rays. Storms likely stay inland. Temperatures warm. Winds are gently out to center. Solid enough hitting weather. All right, so it is what it is. The weather, just meh. The weather does play a very big factor when it comes to Chicago Cubs baseball. Right, it's very important when it comes to Chicago Cubs baseball. My Chicago Cubs. I should have made some plays last night on some of these bets on some of these. I should have made some plays, man. Let me see what I got over here set to the side. All right, so that's all right. So what I want to do right now is do a quick drive by on the Detroit Tigers game here. Let me get the lineups up here and refresh it. See what other lineups popped out for me. Couldn't hardly put a read on Birdsong and both of these pitches real quick here, but I do want to do a quick drive by, see exactly what I was liking. If I'm mistaken, I think I was liking Riley Green, and I was liking, but he's not in the lineup, so I was liking Lord Elliot Ramos. Let's see something Birdsong. think it's lefties. He could struggle with lefties here and there. There's a possibility. He's got 275 batting average versus lefties. Um, Last year, 217. Okay. This year, how many? Hmm. So if I'm mistaken, it was the lefties. What's up, Mackie? What's going on? Yesterday we had a good day. We definitely did. I did. Shout out to them Cubs. Shout out to Suzuki, man. Hit that bomb, cashed that home run. I just felt it. I knew it. But let's see. See what we can get together real quick. All right, so I think it was Rally Green that I really liked versus pitch mix on the on Detroit side. I think I had narrowed it down to Riley Green. Come on, load up for me. Over the course of the season, he does have 6 bombs. So Kokeef, who's in the lineup? Kokeef hitting third. Torres, Carpenter, Riley Green, Torkelson, Kinsey Dingleson. Um, Sweeney. What up, Frenchie? Like we always do around this time. So, all right, let's see. Two. All right, so yeah, 6 for 16, 4 for 19 for Carey, and 4 for 10 in the last 2 weeks for Gokeef. Gokeef, the one who's not striking out that much. Riley Green's batting 375. So I mean, and I am mistaken. If I'm mistaken, the righties looked okay versus pitch mix as well. You get daytime Detroit. They pretty good in the daytime. So you get daytime Detroit, and uh, it is what it is. Let's see. Last week. Let me back up. Look at some of these right hand batters real quick. Um, I'm probably taking a rain check on the San Francisco bats. Truth be told, I'm probably taking a rain check there. Wilkerson, last 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks, Baez got a bomb, Torkelson got a bomb. Isolated powers up for those two. Um, hmm, percentage. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. So I'm gonna like the lefties here. I mean, if you're looking up for hits or something like that, it is what it is. Not really jumping out there. If I do, maybe I'll take a couple hits for somebody. Uh, maybe I'll take a couple hits for somebody like got an 8.5 over under in this one, and then the team total probably sitting at 4.5 and 3.5 or 4.5 a piece. So I mean, Detroit Tigers plus 115 plus 100 for the San Francisco Giants. I was looking at this game. It just didn't feel. I just didn't have that feel for this game. I ain't even gonna lie. But if I was betting on somebody here, it would be some of these righties, man. It would be some of these lefties. I ain't even gonna lie. But some of the righties did look good for Detroit. But it would be the Detroit lefties for me, or at least Riley Green. He's the one that I wanted to bet on. Probably get a decent number on some of these hits, runs, and RBIs. All of them playable. The top HRR play is -130, and that's Young Ho Lee. I do expect a little bit of traffic to be on the basis, but I don't know if I how much I can trust because I don't know how much I can trust neither one of these pitchers. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Maggie said they got 3 discount pitcher um, strikeouts on Prize Picks. Oh, okay, so let me see. Let me add Prize Picks up there. Okay, 5.5 for Crochet, 4.5 for Yamamoto, and 5 for DeGrom. I couldn't talk off neither one. Toronto's not the biggest strikeout team, but it's DeGrom. Uh, I would, man, I couldn't talk off neither one, man. Straight up, can't. Uh, when we get to that, I probably would dig into it just a little bit just to see when we get to those. But it is what it is. Um, how about I just go over here to clear this out? Reset. Let me add in. Man, this is an iffy game, man. Pick them on the money line. It's an iffy game. It's an iffy game for me, straight up. Pick them on the money line, all that. I'm pretty much enthused about some of my spots. Just not too enthused about this one. I don't know, man. I can't just be out there like that, man. But I was looking at some Detroit bets. I think I looked at the San Francisco bets last night, and they didn't too much wow me. Hit parlays, I can't talk you off anything from lefties to righties. You know what I'm saying? So I really did like Ramos though, but he's not in the lineup. Let me make sure my eyes weren't deceiving me. I don't see Ramos. I don't. So I really liked Ramos. Sure. I was trying to figure out a way to like Chapman, but I wait for a certain split for Chapman on the road versus lefties. That's the way I really like Chapman at. But it could be, I could be wild, right? So moving over here to this Milwaukee and Boston game. Milwaukee lineup that just came out. I did not look at Milwaukee bats. Probably won't look at Milwaukee bats with Crochet on the mound. So that's one thing there. But I need to revisit these bats here because I think Navarez, I need to add him. I think I was trying to add him to my pool last night, and his name just wasn't popping up. So now he's in the star lineup. I do have Duran and Devers to the side, so I like that, right? So let's get to that. Let's go to let's go to Milwaukee. Okay, Chad Patrick. Let's go to left-hand hitters. Devers just shot the bed yesterday. That was crazy. Durant, love Durant. He went out there and had 4 hits, so cash out. That's why it's really, really important to get your straight bets in, man. It's really important. Can't talk about it enough. I'll be having 20 to 30 bets going. Not all and just watching them cash in. The Cubs game yesterday, man, hits runs on RBIs were beautiful in that game. So Devers 13 bombs, Abreu 12, and Jeremy Duran. Oops, oops. Had that all wrong. Those are probably their season totals, maybe. What's that lineup again? Devers, Campbell, Abreu batting fifth. Trevor Story back there to Hamilton. So, man, let's go to the last two games, last 2 weeks. Straight up, that's where I want to be at. The 2.5 basis. Yeah, I have them already listed here for Duran and Devers. I have those two listed already. I'm trying to figure out the other guy. It was the third guy. I think it was Navarez, right? Navar- Nar- Narvaez, Narvaez, whatever. Duran, 6 hits. Toro, 4 for 11 last 2 weeks. Devers, 3 for 10. This is the last 2 weeks though. Toro's in there, right? Toro, Toro's in the 8 hole. So the 5 of those hits, Duran is cooking. He's got a 30% K rate, but Duran's cooking. Two extra base hits, one bomb, 5 hits. He's batting 500. Toro got 3 hits in the last 7 days versus pitch mix, not striking out. He'll be in an 8 hole, and Duran, he's been kicking right. Strikeout, single, walk, home run, ground out, single, strikeout. He will strike out, right? Every time he's hit that ball, he's been putting some lumber on it, right? So, but he will strike out. He's got 30% K rate within the last week. We'll see what's going to happen. Last week, Davis is 1 for 5 versus this pitch mix. I still like Devers though. Coming off an 0 for 5 game yesterday, that was weird, right? Um, Flip over to the righty, so the other kid must be a righty. So it had to be Narvaez, whatever his name is. It had to be him. Yeah, home. We got some weird splits on the road versus lefties. 385 batting average at home versus righties. On the road at home. It's a little bit better at home. So we'll see. Yeah. So the last 2 weeks, Narvaez, he's batting 429 with 3 extra base hits and a bomb. Barrel percentage is low. Um, K percentage is below average. So that's one thing right there. But he's 9 for 21 in the last 2 weeks. And last week here, um, the last 7 days of those 9 hits, how much damage did he do in the last 7 days? Six of those nine hits came in the last 7 days, 12% K rate. So Navarez will be hitting right here behind Devers, right? So you can definitely look at his hits, runs, and RBIs. If you think Devers and Durant can get out there and get busy, cannot talk you off anything for him. He's warm right now, right? So let me see, he's definitely warm, right? Yeah. So he's got a lot of nice velos, exit velos here outside of this fielder's choice in this single right here. He got some nice looking exit velo exit velo logs. So Navarez, what would we get? Let me go back to NBA head, player props, all plus 110 for two. Get plus money for two. We'll see what's gonna happen, right? Um, fishy game, fishy not fishy game, fishy lines in this game, fishy lines in this game. Okay, fishy line to me, fishy lines. So let me put them back over here. Let me add them. Actually, I was spelling his name wrong. That's why I couldn't get his ass up there. So he's got a hidden 17 of 20. As you can see, he's been cooking. He's got a hidden 17 of 20. So that's pretty good, right? So he's definitely viable, at least for a hit, something like that. We'll get him over here. Um, Next up was I'm not looking at the Milwaukee Bats. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not betting on 'em. The Cubs and the Colorado Rockies, right? So we do got the weather concerns, right? So the wind's blowing in. Uh, the weather impacts this ballpark like no other, right? So just like Kevin Roth was saying, he would take no home runs and not and all of that shit, right? But I can't do it. I can't do it, right? I don't give a fuck how bad. I mean, I do care about the weather, but the winds are blowing in 10 miles an hour, and it does impact this impact things for this Cubs game. But I don't know if I'll take my chances on that, like a no home run or something like that, especially given the matchup, right? So we got Palmquist on the mound here. We do have an over under 7 in this spot. Team totals, I'll take a look at the team totals here, see what we got. Um, 2.5 for Colorado and 4.5 for the Cubs. While I do like the 4.5 for the Cubs, and Mackey said he can't do no home runs. I can't do no home runs, not in this one. But hey, you can get lucky, I guess, right? But versus lefties here, he's just red as fuck, right? So I mean, it is what it is. Um, not too many at bats though, you know what I'm saying? But this Cubs team has been a freight train. But I've seen crazy things happen where these Cubs go out there and not put up the runs they were expecting. So he's throwing that sinker, fastball, sweeper. Um, what the hell is that boy's name again? Palmquist, right? Yeah. And so the Cubs get another lefty, right? Like, we seen what them numbers was versus lefties. We seen what the Cubs do versus them lefties, man. how their numbers look versus his lefties. They had a lefty yesterday, and Suzuki just looks so good, and Tucker looks so good, but I went on here and went with the Suzuki, right? And he's given up 5 earned runs and 6 earned runs in his first 2 starts. It doesn't look, it doesn't, I don't think it's going to bode well for him, right? So we'll see though. Uh, Come on, load up for me, man. So looking here, the lefties, I mean, Kyle Tucker again, right? I mean, he's just looks good. Um, Pico Armstrong's got 3 bombs on this pitch mix here. How about the last 7 days? Tucker's 4 for 8 in the last 7 days. K percentage is down, 5 balls up. His barrel percentage is 25%. Today is probably the day, right? But we do got weather, we got rain. I mean, we got a wind, but today might be the day for Tucker, right? It's gonna be either Tucker or it's gonna be now Hap. I would consider Hap today. I would consider Hap today, but man, Tucker is just about boiling now, right? So um, he's about to explode. So yeah, he's about boiling, right? So I'm thinking Tucker today. I'm thinking Tucker today. Who knows, right? I'm thinking Tucker today. Um, Now I flip the script to the right hand batters though. I ain't gonna lie. Um, but then at the end of the day, if I ain't think, I'm thinking belt to ass. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm really thinking. So I told y'all, we already know this. For those who do know, but like I said, Justin Turner is a lefty killer specialist, right? The Cubs seen a few lefties, like 2 or 3 lefties within the last week, and he's 5 of 6 with a bomb and like 2 doubles or some shit, a double with no striking out, right? But let me put the pitch mix over there. That was against that other pitch mix, but he's 5 for 9 versus this one, right? So a little bit of strikeouts there. I told you guys yesterday, Nico Horner is a guy who don't strike out, and he ain't struck out in the last 2 weeks versus lefties. Suzuki 3 bombs, 6 for 11. Remember, Suzuki versus them lefties is off the chain right now. Hap historically has hit lefties. First this pitch mix, he is 0 for 9. He's the one, right? Like he's the one that'll probably pop out today. And he's the one that's probably gonna pop out today. Where is he at? Is he hitting? Is he in the lineup? Yeah, leading off with how bad Palmquist has been. Hap is probably gonna be the one. You got Suzuki right behind Tucker. Suzuki is like really benefiting. He's balling. You can't take it because he got to go out there and swing the bat. A lot of these pitchers don't want to pitch to Kyle Tucker. So Turner ain't striking out. I mean, Horner not striking out. Turner is a lefty killer. Shaw is good, man. He's pretty good. Can't forget about Pico Armstrong. The Cubs, give me the over 4.5 team total. Hopefully they get there, man. Whether it's small ball or whatever. But I probably won't be messing with Colorado bats. Probably won't, but you never know what's gonna happen. If it's good pitching weather, you can look at James Italian. His strikeouts are sitting there. Strikeouts in at 5.5. We do know that this is, versus right hand pitching. Colorado, over the course of the season, second in striking out. They are on the road, so I'm not too much worried about how they looking, because they're not at home. And yeah, so third and striking out, what is what it is. So in the last 30 days, I can see instances where Tyen can at least get to his Ks at or around his Ks. So I like that as well. Um, and the Cubs, it's the Cubs, Cubs, all Cubs, money line parlays, one line straights, and yeah, for sure. Any bet, any bet, I couldn't talk you off of it. Um, how long am we going? 30 minutes. Ooh, uh, St. Louis Cardinals. I like the Cardinals today. I had a hard time trying to figure out which Cardinals I liked and things of that nature. But I'm gonna tell you, I've got Mason Wynn, Herrera, Donovan, and you could just the list can go on, right? I like Cardinals today. I like these Cardinals bats. I like these Cardinals to get pesky. I want to see who's in the lineup, right? Okay, Mason Wynn, Donovan, Jordan Walker. I like Jordan Walker. So what's the team total here? With Charlie Morton on the mound. What's the team total here? 4.5 -113. I like St. Louis Cardinals. If I'm betting a side in this, we're probably going to be St. Louis Cardinals money line parlays, run line straights, right? No, money line straight, right? I couldn't talk you off the Cardinals. If I'm betting a side here, it's probably going to be Cardinals or nothing. Who knows, man? Who knows? It could get over, but I'm gonna like the Cardinals, man. I might look towards the team total over though. I like the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals bats. I like the Cardinals. Um, this game here, it's got an underfield to it, so it's got an underfield to it. That Texas game, probably not taking any bats from that game. Kansas City Royals, probably not messing with any of these Saint Reds bats, even though I ain't even gonna lie. If I was betting on any bats here, if I was betting on any bats here, it would be where's the Cincinnati? Oh, right here. It would be if I was betting on any Cincinnati Reds bats, I think it was going to be Ellie De La Cruz, Lux. And I forgot the other bat, but I know Ellie De La Cruz and Lux was there, and then Bobby Witt and Pascantino. Couldn't talk you off anything for those two guys right there. Don't know what house is going to be, but I definitely was looking at Peter Alonso in the spot. So I'll leave that at that. I was getting ready to look at these. I was getting ready to look at these Los Angeles Dodgers bats, right? So I want to look at this Dodgers game and this Pittsburgh and Arizona game, and then I'll get out you guys here, right? I'm gonna look at these last two games here, and I'll get out you guys here. So finishing where I was at, I was looking at I was right here looking at right. So I'm looking at the righties. As we know, Gavin Williams pitching his worst to his righties. Um, Gavin Williams pitching his worst to his righties. So let's see. He has 348 batting average towards righties. On the road 304 and at home 391 towards righties. So I'm definitely looking at the righties, right? Let's take a look at the BVP here versus the Dodgers to see what was going on. Not a big sample size. Probably only seen this guy one game, but Mookie Betts 2 for 3, Freddie 2 for 3. Small sample size, but it probably was a game. I believe that. Um, right. So yeah, definitely gotta look at these righties. So where was we? So looking at the last 2 weeks here, Mookie Betts was 2 for 9. Teoscar Hernandez exit velo logs. Will Smith exit velo logs. So righties get a bump regardless how this folds out right here. Righties gonna get a bump, and I'm gonna have interest in Mookie and Teoscar. The thing about that, Mookie hasn't been doing anything the last 2 weeks. Uh, Last month he's batting 421 versus pitch mix, right? Two extra base hits and a bomb. But the last 2 weeks he ain't been doing nothing, right? Same thing with Will Smith. Teoscar Hernandez, he's been hurt, but he's starting to look okay. So Mookie, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, all the righties get some sort of a bump here. Let me see something. K percentage. He got a decent K percentage though. Sure. And it's been a minute since I bet on these Dodgers bats. It's been about 2 or 3 games since I bet on these Dodgers bats. Maybe I might. I don't know. He's got 6 Ks or better in 4 straight games and 5 of his last 6. He's given up more than 2 earned runs twice, so he's been pitching pretty good, right? So we'll see what's going to happen. What are the totals here? 7.5. That one bat, man. That one bat. I have to do a little bit of digging here. Hmm. Might be Mookie. 4 home runs in the month of May, batting 271. Uh, Versus righties, he's batting 271, and on the road versus righties, he's batting 299. His highest WRC plus is 123. So of the righties, at least the first 4 bats, I will be Mookie. If I'm looking for a hit or anything, something like that, it will definitely be Mookie. Let me take a look at these lefties real quick. Let me see Will Smith while I'm at it. Will Smith's batting 311 versus righties, 379 versus lefties, 250 on the road versus righties. Hmm, that's interesting. On the Road versus lefties. Home versus lefties. Home hitting good at home, then on the road versus lefties. Mookie, right? So Mookie's K percentage is pretty much down. So he'll be the one I'll be looking at. Gavin Williams versus these lefties over the course of the last month here. Um, how they look versus this pitch mix. They look pretty good over the course of the last month for sure. Shohei Ohtani's got 5 bombs, 35% K rate. He'll strike out. Um, last 2 weeks. What up, throwbacks? What's going on? Pretty much all these guys kind of strike out. Muncie has been interesting with his K's down this year. Every time I look around, his K's down. He's got a bomb within the last 2 weeks. Only got an over under 8 in this spot, but Freddie Freeman, three of 6. Don't know how it's gonna play out. The usual suspects. If I'm looking at a righty, since he's pitching his worst to righties, I mean you can look at the usual suspects being in play, but um, Mookie Betts is one of the guys that kind of stand out to me when it comes to the when it comes to the righties, and he ain't been looking too well the last 2 weeks, so it's kind of like a wild card thing there for me. But hey, it is what it is, right? Let me take a look at something real quick. And last game I'm gonna touch on is going to be this one more game, and it'll be the Arizona Diamondbacks, Pittsburgh Pirates. We got an over under of uh, 9.5 in this one. Yeah, so 9.5. Oh man, I forgot about the Yankees game. Damn, that's a 9.5 there too. Okay, well, damn, I forgot all about that game. I was supposed to look at that game last night and this game. Uh, so Arizona got a 5.5 team total. 3.5 for you know Pittsburgh Pirates. We got Ryan Nelson. He went out there and pitched good last time, man. I had the Dodgers to smack him around, and he went out there and pitched good. And then we got Andrew Haney. Where they at? At Arizona. Well, you know what that means. Got lefty on the mound, Ketel Marte, right? Marte's got 2 bombs on him. Richards got 1. He's pitching his worst to lefties, so lefties get a bump. K percentage. His best K percentage on the road versus rights at 24%. But sometimes you gotta throw that shit out the window, right? So look at these righties here. Haney's throwing a fastball 44% of the time. I don't even have to look at that, truth be told. But I'm gonna throw the fastball up there for sure. Cause I know I'm getting ready to put some money on one of these motherfuckers. Let me go ahead and put Marte up there for real. Because I'm betting on him no matter what. They got his hit set at 1.5 right now. I'm just throwing him over there because he's in a good spot. He's got at least one hit and what? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, and 10. Small sample size for these lefties, so I don't have to pretty much move too far. Versus this pitch mix here. Um, Marte's 1 for 8 over the last 2 weeks. Richards 3 for 8. Perdomo's 5 for 8. Small sample size. He's pitching his worst to lefties, so we can check his lefties out real quick. Corbin Carroll left on left. 3 bombs, 6 extra base hits, full season. Last 2 weeks, he's got 2 bombs, 8 for 18. At batting average 444. How many of those 8 hits came within the last week? 2 of them. One of them was a bomb. His number's gonna be down for him this year because he's been hurt and stuff like that. He'll definitely gonna pick him up for sure. Last year he batted 342 versus lefties with 18 home runs versus lefties and 18 home runs versus righties. We know who he is, right? And his best split came at home versus lefties, where he batted 421, and seven of those bombs came at home. So at home versus lefties last year was his best split, best WRC plus, all that 217 WRC plus. He was a killer at home this last year. So he could get back to that form at any given time. He's probably on his way to that form. Smaller sample size versus lefties. We're gonna see what's gonna happen today because I'm betting on him. Now, Corbin Carroll, his best split is at home versus lefties. He's only got one bomb at home versus lefties, but that's his best split. Batting 231 in the month of May. Only has what? Well, he does have six home runs, but he's batting 231 in the month of May. Um, hmm, he's hitting better at home in general. He will strike out. Haney strikeouts down the last few games. He played the Cubs, San Diego Padres, Atlanta, Philly, and Cincy. So he had some tough matchups. And his strikeouts have been down. Prior to that, he had probably had a few better matchups early on. So it is what it is. Ryan Nelson, he went out there and pitched his fucking gym versus the Dodgers and blew my money. But the Dodgers have been, have been not been playing up to how we wanted them to play. But he went out there and gave up one earned run and five innings there. So that was kind of crazy. So I'm trying to see, man. Trying to see on the road. Be at home today. Be at home today. See what that thing do. But I pretty much don't bet on a lot of those, on a lot of these guys. I want to take a look at Cruz, right? Might get another Cruz missile like yesterday. Let's take a look, right? Nelson. Let's see what Cruz looked like versus this pitch mix. Ah, Cruz. Cruz. 10 bombs, 11 bombs, 10 of them to righties. Batting 286 versus righties, and four of those 10 bombs came on the road. Clearly better at home versus righties, but hey, oh, he's throwing that fastball 73% of the time. Hmm, interesting. Let me get that motherfucker up there right now. See if Cruz can catch one of these marks. Cruz got four bombs there versus pitch mix. I need three of them to come off that fastball. Oh, four of them came off the fastball. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All four of them came off the fastball. Damn. Gotta try him. I'm gonna have to try him. As hard as he hit that motherfucker yesterday, he been hitting the ball hard all year. He got 4 home runs versus pitch mix. All 4 of them came versus the fastball, and he's throwing that fastball 73% of the time to lefties. Right? Did I see that right? Let me see. Ryan Nelson, 73 times percent to that fastball, man, straight up. So yeah, that's where we at with that, right? Okay, 26% K rate, hard hit percentage 81, barrel. Okay, last 2 weeks, 2 bombs within the last 2 weeks with a 50% K rate. Boy, that K rate is it would throw a monkey wrench in the game. Strikeouts, boy, man. Within the last 1 week, he's got 2 home runs. Excuse me. So Cruz definitely on the list. I can put Ellie De La Cruz up there because I did like Ellie De La Cruz. I ain't even gonna lie. Maybe a Cruz. Maybe a Cruz lay. Cruz starting to get warm too. O'Neal, that is. Let me get Carroll in there. Everybody got his hit at that. A hit at. He ain't had a hit in 3 straight games. Mm. I'm not taking. I just put him over there because it's a good spot. I'm not taking 1.5 hits. I'm not. All right. Well, hmm. What time is it? All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. The Yankees real quick. Cap this off. 13 extra base hits and 9 bombs for Jack Economist and 5 and 5 for Yarbrough. Uh, 23% K rate for Yarbrough. He's given up 5 bombs, 4 bombs in his last 3 games. The walks, no, not too shabby, whatever case may be. But he's coming off an 8 strikeout game. Other than that, he's only went over 3 strikeouts in 1 game, only in 1 game. But he's pitched more than 4 innings, only three games this year, and that was as of late. I think Taylor Ward does have a bomb off him. Yarbrough. I think Taylor Ward does have a bomb off him. We'll take a look. Soler has a bomb. But let's get y'all bro numbers up. We're gonna get to Jack in 1 second. Let's go to lefties. Let me see. Not loading up the way I needed to load up. Come on, y'all, bro. Load up. Sweeper 50% of the time. Sinker. Four seamer. Sweeper. Sinker. Just throw that shit up there. I ain't got time. I don't really look at their lefties all the time, but I'll just take a glance at it. Right. Flip to these righties. Hmm. Is it me or what is that? What is he doing, man? Right, because all the pictures not popping up there. He's doing a cutter, change up, sinker, four seam. All the pictures ain't popping up. So okay, there one, two, right. Cutter, get the cutter in there. Four seam. Is something going on? Is something going on with the site? I don't know. Might be something going on with the site, man. How about I refresh this? Everybody at home. Everybody at home researching, man. Straight up. It's not loading up. All that. You say every day the mic be super low. Can you give us some volume? Um, I get that here and there. It just be sometimes it just be one or two persons, man. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it be like one or two people, but I ain't too much really screaming right now. Sometimes it be like one or two people that say that, and I got a few mics over here. I got one right here. I got one right here in front of me. I go back and forth, but ain't too much I can do with that. Do about that right now. Yeah, hello. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm on live. Wow, what's up? Live streaming. What's the deal? What's wrong? I'll be done with this in about 15 minutes. I'll call you right back. Mm. Ah, okay, there we go. We look better now. Small sample size versus lefties for Los Angeles Angels. All green. Small sample size though. Last 2 weeks, no more than 6 at bats for anybody. They've been smoking lefties. Only 80%, 86 play appearances, but man, 153 WRC plus. What was that? Last 2 weeks, the last 30 days, 121 WRC plus. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, small sample size. Whatever lefties they've been seeing, they've been hitting them, but small sample size. This is the last month right here. Only 9 at bats. Everything is green though. Everything is green. Everything is green for a lot of people, except for these K's. These motherfuckers will strike out. Over the course of the last month, surprisingly, Soler not striking out versus lefties and Neto, right? Neto, how you say it. Rengifo, Ward, these guys will strike out. We know they home run or bust. What's up? What up, Stacking? We know they home run or bust. We know that, right? So very small sample size over the course of a month, right? Nobody even has double digit uh, um, um, play appearances versus lefties. What's left of what they've been doing has been looking okay. I mean, it's a lot of green right there, but just a super small sample size for me to even, decipher through it. So, with that being said, I flip over here to these Yankees, and we got Jack Kakanowicz on the mound here, and Kakanowicz to the righties. He's got a 231 batting average. two extra base hits, one bomb. He's throwing a sinker 58% of the time. I need to take a detailed look at that sinker for sure. So I'll take that down first and throw the sinker up there real quick. It's a lot of batters that like sinkers, man. A lot of batters like sinkers. So Judge, he's batting 571 off that sinker alone. Can't talk. I mean, these guys look good. I mean, uh, Volpe 273, 286 for Goldsmith, and da 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 da. That ain't gonna cut it, right? He's given up 4 walks or more in 3 straight games. Actually, 4 walks or more in 4 of his last 5 games. That's a recipe for disaster. There, the Yankees should go upside his head today. 8 bombs to lefties. He got a 327 batting average to lefties. Oh, Bellinger. Oh, Grisham. Where are they at? At home? Home versus lefties. 4 bombs at home versus lefties. 4 bombs on the road versus lefties. So he's spreading the wealth. Then you got some 2 guys here. You got a seasoned veteran and Goldschmidt who's been around forever. He's batting 286 off that sinker. Then you got Judge batting damn near 600 off that sinker. All right, let me throw the rest of the pitches up in there, man. Straight up. Whatever else he's throwing, a sinker, four seamer, slider, and sweeper. So Judge is batting 420 with 8 bombs and 15 extra base hits. Goldsmith still up there, right? He's batting 288. Both of these guys not concerned about their strikeouts, whatever the case may be. So you got Judge and Goldsmith. If you want to just say Judge, you can say Judge. Add that on to the lefties where he's terrible versus lefties, and then we'll see what we got coming up here, right? I didn't even pull Judge down to the last 2 weeks or none of that shit because we know who he is. We know what he does, right? I'm just waiting on the lineup to come out. And looking at Cody Bellinger, he has 5 bombs. Grisham has 7 bombs. This boy probably gonna start giving up bombs today, man. So 11 extra base hits, 8 bombs versus lefties. Everything is red here. They about to flex on him. Sinker 50% of the time, fastball 24%, changeup. He getting hit all sorts of ways. Let me just flip this down real quick and get that sinker up there. Since he loves that sinker. How do you love? I know a lot of batters love that sinker, man. Let's see how these lefties like this sinker. Oh my God. Oh, Jazz. When is Jazz coming back, man? Bellinger. Bellinger don't have any bombs off that sinker, so I might not take him for some bombs. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Ben Rice, betting 571. Trent Grisham, Trent Grisham, he don't like it. He's 3 for 17. I guess he might like. I don't know. 3 extra base hits for Cody Bellinger. 3 extra base hits for. Okay. Um, get those pitches back up there. 2 weeks. I put 12 up there. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Grisham got 2 bombs within the last 2 weeks. Cody Bellinger batting 300. How much of that damage they've done in the last 7 days? Hmm. Will's been striking out, and Rice. Bellinger in the last 7 days, that's where he's starting to, come back around. If this was the lineup right here, I would like the first four straight up. Grisham, leadoff bomb. Judge, right behind him. Bellinger. We've seen that story before, right? Let me see something. No, I hadn't seen none of these motherfuckers. Let me see. Uh, he's got three bombs to the leadoff spot. Leadoff spot's batting 500 versus him, right? One bomb to the two, one bomb to the three, one bomb to the four. Two bombs to that sixth spot. One bomb to the eighth spot. Leadoff guy be getting busy on his ass. He's giving up 14 hits to the leadoff spot. One double, three triples. I mean, three home runs. Mm. I got to see who's in the leading off for sure. Okay, that pretty much sums it up, right? So, how I want to do things here. I mean, I wrestled. Y'all know I wrestled with that first game, right? So I'm not too much inclined. I'm not too much. I wrestled with that first game. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna attack this. Matter of fact, let's ask Jackson too, man. Let's ask Jackson. Um, let's get the top couple for Jackson, and we getting out of here. Um, Lux didn't get a hit yesterday. Vinny and Bobby. I didn't look at the Cleveland bats. Not going to. Not interested. This game here, man. Over under nine. This might be. I'm gonna have to come back in. So Tampa Bay is not a game. It's not a team that I could put a read on. Brandon Lowe, we was on point with Brandon Lowe, right? Yesterday, hit the bomb, whatever the case may be. Brandon Lowe has been on fire. San Diego game 8 runs. Okay, all right. Come on, Jackson, give me something. Okay, there we go. Oh man. All right, let me tell him to give me I'm in the top MLB bets. Ooh, they look chalky. They look chalky. I seen them. I didn't want to put them over there, but I seen them. All right, I seen them. I seen them. I seen them. All right, so let's go. So today, here's how here's how I'm approaching this today. Right. So the first game here, as of right now, Birdsong, with whatever words he's pitching, is gonna come to lefties, right? So you can look at Kerry Compton, you can look at Cole Keith. There were a few righties that looked okay too, right? But I'm usually when I'm getting ready to bet on Detroit or whatever whoever I'm getting ready to bet on, I got a little enthusiasm about it. The one guy I really liked last night was Ramos, and he's not playing today, right? So I couldn't talk you off anything here, man. Couldn't talk you off anything here. Carpenter get a hit, Riley Green get a hit, like whatever, right? Not nobody who I'm really jumping out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got a total 8.5 runs, I'm probably not even betting this game. Boston gang, Jaron Duran, Devers, and Narvaez, right? Those are my three favorite bats. You can look at Narvaez for hits, runs, and RBIs. You get it for plus money. I'm probably getting ready to take it for plus money. Devers, he went over for yesterday. I don't like that. Should bounce back. And Duran is on fire. He had 4 hits yesterday. We cashed in his runs and RBI on that. I took it for 3. Devers smoked me, right? Didn't look at the Milwaukee bats. Not really interested in the Colorado bats. Truthfully, can they hit Jameson? Probably so, but you know the weather here in Chicago is it really impacts Chicago. So we got 4.5 team total for this Chicago Cubs team. I like it, right? Right. Hap is probably over in the last week or two versus this pitch mix versus a lefty. Historically, he's been good versus lefties. He's very due. Tucker looks immaculate, right? Suzuki looks great, right? Uh, if you wanna if you wanna believe the weather where they don't really think no home runs coming out of here, then so be it. But these two guys look amazing versus lefties. The top bats versus lefties on this Cubs team, Turner. You're gonna only see Turner when there's a lefty, Suzuki and Tucker, right? Nico Horner don't strike out, so you can look at his runs and RBIs for him. Pete Crow Armstrong was just gonna be Pete Crow Armstrong, right? Swanson, he's hitting cleanup, so he's definitely in play for hits, runs, and RBIs. I expect the Cubs to put up runs here. I like it's going to be Cubs money line parlays, run line straights, and team total over 4.5 all that, right? I could be wrong, but keep it, the wind blowing in, and then you could also look at James Italian strikeouts if you want. St. Louis. I really like St. Louis here. Bats I like. Uh, Donovan and Wynn is my top bats here for St. Louis, followed by Herrera and Walker. Love these bats, right? Ryan O'Hearn has been very good. Ryan O'Hearn has been very good. Um, I think so. St. Louis, they play a lot of small ball, right? If I had to take somebody for, I didn't look at nobody for a bomb, but Mason Wynn probably got 2 in the last 2 weeks. Ivan Herrera can go yard, right? He can go yard, but Mason Wynn, Donovan, Herrera, Walker, and the way St. Louis don't strike out, you can take all of they probably pretty much all their hits, runs, and RBIs. If they really start to string up runs, you can really take all their hits, runs, and RBIs, right? So I'm not saying do that, but that's how I play. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I can't really fuck with this game as far as bats, but it's got an underfield to it. You can look at the no runs first inning. Toronto don't strike out that much, but you got DeGrom. So it is what it is. I don't really target Cincy bats outside of Cincinnati, but Dela Cruz and Lux did look okay. Benson, he started can hit righties. This is a pitcher's park. Pasquantino, Bobby Witt, those Michael Garcia. Actually, he's got a hit in 17 of his last 20. Even Isbell looked good at times. So Vinny Pasquantino and Bobby Witt are the guys for me. But Markel Garcia and Kyle Isbell can definitely go out there and get a hit. If I'm looking at Pasquantino, it'll probably be hits, runs, and RBIs. 1.5, whether it's a parlay piece or straight. Um, I was looking at Pete Lonzo. He hit a bomb yesterday. Um, you know, I don't know how to look at Hauser right now, but it is what it is. Gavin Williams pitching his worst to righties, so the righties get a bump here, right? That's that. Mookie Betts. Over the last week, these righties ain't been looking that good, but the last 2 weeks they looked okay, right? But the last week they just been cold. So take that for whatever it's worth. I did not look at the Cleveland side. I need to take a look at this Minnesota game, but I'm gonna do it later on. I need to do some more digging, right? If you want to look at Brandon Lowe, who's been on fire, we got there with him yesterday. Don't be surprised if you don't get there. I want to check Chris Paddock, especially that fastball. But right now, as of late, Brandon Lowe's been hitting a lot of everything coming his way. O'Neal Cruz, Ryan Nelson. Ryan Nelson's throwing that fastball 73% of the time to lefties. Cruz got 4 home runs versus this pitch mix. All of them came versus the fastball. Line them up. O'Neal Cruz. I didn't even care to look at anything else on this Pittsburgh side. Ketel Marte historically is monstrous versus lefties. I believe he's got 2 bombs versus Haney. Carroll is good at baseball. We're gonna see what this lineup comes out, and just go for it from there. But Carroll, Marte, O'Neal Cruz for sure. A couple of these ancillary guys look good as well. Didn't look at this San Diego game, and Jack Kokonowicz versus these Yankees. He's given up 3 bombs and probably about 12 or 17 hits to the leadoff man. We need to see who's going to be in this lineup. Judge is batting what 500 versus this pitch mix, and Jack Kokonowicz gave up 8 bombs to lefty. So if this was the lineup right here, you got old trusty Goldschmidt, Bellinger, Good Judge, Grisham. I would like them all. Yes, please. Now, the last 2 weeks versus left hand pitching all season, these motherfuckers look green, but they very, very small sample size. But they've been hitting them. Now, one thing I will say is these Angels, they home run most of the time, they home run a bus, right? I couldn't really pinpoint who I liked. I ain't even gonna lie. I couldn't pinpoint who I liked. Uh it was so much green, but it was very small sample sizes. Take that with a grain of salt. Jackson. Let's check out Jackson. I asked him for his top home runs. He gave me Suzuki. We love him. Dansby Swanson in the cleanup spot. Uh, Marte. We love him. Cody Bellinger. We love him. Trevor Larnach. We did not look at this game. Honorable mention. Um, O'Neal Cruz. We loved him. Judge. So they like a lot. We on point with that. Um, Top bets. I told them to give me their top bets. Chicago Cubs run line. Chicago Cubs run line. Um, St. Louis Cardinals money line plus 100. I think it's going to be Cardinals. It's going to be Cardinals or nothing for me if I'm betting that game. So I got to start stepping up my game on the bet on the sides and totals. Red Sox, Milwaukee over under 7.5. So it is what it is with that situation. Um, D-backs run line plus 110. Mm, I might play all these, man. Minnesota Twins, Tampa Bay Rays over 9 in that ballpark. I can see it happening. As good as Minnesota been playing, and Tampa Bay in that at Tampa Bay with that weather, yeah, I can see that happening. But I need to look at that game. Honorable mention: New York Yankees money line, uh, parlay piece under 8.5. San Francisco Giants and Detroit Tigers. That might be the play because I was so undecided. That might be a play. I'm undecided. I was undecided, or maybe a Detroit team total over. But Peace out, fam. Peace out. Peace.